Okay, first of all we got, actually I'm kind of obsessed with this one since it was revealed, Hunt the Night. An action-adventure game with the retro aesthetics of the good old 16-bit golden era. Here's the thing about it, it says if you love Bloodborne and Dark Souls style dark fantasies like high but rewarding difficulty at the same time, the graphic style of a classic Zelda, like, well, Zelda A Link to the Past, to be specific, you probably want to keep an eye out for Hunt the Night. The thing about it is though, a release date for this game is still yet to be announced. We do know it's coming to consoles and PCs as well. Check it out. Now, you don't want to forget about Chia. I actually got a few reasons here to think that this is the liveliest game to come our way for the past 6 months. Actually, here's another trailer for Chia, in case you missed out on the announcement. This is a story-driven open-world, single-player, basically Breath of the Wild, but not a Nintendo Switch exclusive. Actually not even coming to the Nintendo Switch, this one. However, check it out, this game's coming in here in about a couple months from now.
Thousands of years, brave warriors have journeyed to Elamithia in search of 8 magical stones hidden throughout the world. Each stone was forged using the most powerful magic and linked to the elements of Earth.
We have the Elements, an action game at heart, kind of reminds me of Kena, set to be released on major consoles and PCs in the final quarter or part of 2022. Elements is an open-world adventure game about 2 siblings and their destiny on their search for these 8 stones, elemental stones, to recover a mystery. Now, it's a good-looking game, it's being developed properly, I have reason to believe it's also got a Kickstarter campaign and can be wishlisted on Steam right now. Now, as an isometric action-adventure game at heart, one of the nicest looking projects in the making for the past few years, taking classic Zelda game cues, Tunic, as you can see, puts you in the shoes of a very small fox. Lost on some kind of an island, apparently, we will have to solve puzzles and fight enemies, which is also skill-based, to uncover a mystery eventually. Tunic's been in the making for quite a while, but now, finally releasing March 16th and into PCs only. Check it out. Followed by Uppercut Games, we have the very recently announced Submerged Hidden Depths. Well, the sequel to what developers touted as a water-based exploration adventure going by, well, Submerged with the first game. A game that sees two siblings once again on their adventure to uncover a mysterious sunken city. Here there's elements of boat riding, a lot of climbing, fighting, solving long-lost puzzles. Check it out. This game is coming to all consoles and PCs, possibly sometime later this year. Moving on, it's Project Haven. However, Project Haven is a squad-based tactics game, a semi-open world as well, bits here and there taking inspiration from multiple Zelda games where you can play the stories solo or even co-op online. Project Haven's the work of an indie developer, you could probably tell, aiming for something bigger than the usual stuff, and honestly I think it's got all the right elements that it actually needs. Here it is, this game is coming to PCs only, possibly in a few months from now. There's Luminary. I actually came across this one a month ago, as what was touted to be an open world RPG, inspired kind of heavily by the Horizon games and Zelda games as well, with online multiplayer support for up to 4 players and then also local couch co-op, to be specific. Now check this out. Luminary is only coming to PCs with a release date set to be announced really soon, and this is the only trailer the folks behind the game actually came up with when the project was revealed.
What's that shiny thing up ahead? Let's check it out.
Moving on, there is ZELDA. A hell of a good-looking sci-fi-ish Zelda-inspired, portionally though, hack-and-slash puzzle adventure. You could say rather inspired by Breath of the Wild specifically. This game is headed to Switch sometime this year, actually said to be coming out really soon. The game is also expected to be released on PCs and other consoles as well, and this is how it actually looks like.
So in the beginning you will face off against rather simple and kinda silly dingbots, robots that are basically gone rogue, and you will do other things with your weapon as well as breaking walls and finding secrets, so backtracking is important as well. But along the line you will be able to dodge, roll, and actually use a shield to deflect incoming projectiles, similar to how you have experienced it in the past, but we like to kick it up a notch. You will actually be able to upgrade your sword, your shield, and gadgets that we have in this game, which we're not showing right now, but stay tuned for that one, because
Look into the eyes of another and see opportunity. A soul to corrupt and twist. Their stories are the ones we fear.
I think from no more than a month ago, we have the much anticipated Moss 2. This is, for those of you unfamiliar, the sequel to the PlayStation VR game Moss. Now, this is a PlayStation 4 exclusive game though, due out in about a month from now we hear. Don't know much about this one to be honest, don't have a VR headset myself, but obviously it's a third-person platformer that I think really worth to mention. Like it's a mean looking game and a tad here and there, inspired by a couple of Zelda games. Anyway, take a look.
What do you see in Quill? Because her story depends on you.
Precisely 1 year ago, Paratope developers came up with the news that they're bringing their city-building open-world action RPG project, Sky Climbers, which some of you might have already been familiar with, to consoles and PCs this year. Well, ever since it was announced, the game's being developed slowly but steadily, and now with the added Switch console release as well. Come November 11th this year, which is precisely when Starfield releases as a Microsoft exclusive anyway. To accompany the release date, they also came up with a new trailer. Take a look. Now, Vessels of Decay, which is, as you can see, a retro-inspired action-adventure, well, actually what developers described to be strongly focused on combat and player autonomy in a post-apocalyptic Scandinavia. This actually came out way earlier this year. Honestly, it's one of the smoothest, best-looking retro Zelda-inspired games I've seen for quite a while. A release date for this project is also yet to be announced. But if you do enjoy this stuff, you can actually follow its developers' work through Steam and also wishlist. Check it out real quick. Oh, so here's the thing, if you've been wondering what has been going on with Lucen, like one of the most gorgeous looking Zelda-inspired games in the making that happened to be an open world game as well when it was actually announced, the thing about it is, well, unfortunately this game is put on hold for now. Nothing to worry about, I think just some developing ups and downs, as well they shared that good news is likely to come out sometime soon, so just keep it in mind for now. Now listen to this. Yacht Club Games actually, no more than a handful of days ago, returned with a Kickstarter on a brand new adventure game called Mina, the Hollower. What was described as a bone-chilling action-adventure featuring classic gameplay and an 8-bit aesthetic in the style of Game Boy Color, refined for the modern era. Now, this game just reached twice its initial goal on its Kickstarter page and said to be released in about a few months from now as well. Check it out.
Apa aja alasan ni tenget.
Bewar Legend of Dragon Slayer is an action-adventure puzzler, in which you will have stuff like superpowers like telekinesis, element controls, and also it comes with a sci-fi aesthetic as well. Here's the thing, you can play Bewar over here on Steam right now through its free playable demo, of course. Here's a new trailer also, the full game releases in about a few months from now here.
SWITC pasti ada gunanya. Nah, jadi kau out demo itu. Cang bisa ngalah makhluk ini.
Moving on, it is Terracotta, an action-adventure game based on China's Qin dynasty, which ruled for like 10 to 15 years. You would probably know if you played Dynasty Warrior games like me, and actually get to witness stuff like the creation of the Great Wall of China and the battles they had on it. Now, it's a really interesting game in my opinion. To be honest, it brought back to me some incredible nostalgia, but I don't know what it does to you. You can wishlist this game on Steam right now. Also, a release date for it, however, is still yet to be announced, so just check it out.
What place does such selfless resolve come from? No one should be able to do the things that you do.
Last but not least, it's Hazelnut Bastille. So basically, after being teased out for a few times for the past few years, a lot of studios will officially announce an official release date for Hazelnut Bastille, which is a game inspired by the Super Nintendo classics, action RPGs, to be specific Zelda inspired, Chrono Trigger-y kind of classic. It is now set to be coming to the Nintendo Switch as well, in addition to PCs, in about a few months from now. Check it out in case you missed it.
Why has the Dawnthorn, nature's own blade, chosen you? I cannot say there is hope, but that sword is the might of heaven. It knows the way through the ancient vaults and is equal to any foe. Let it guide you to the place this all began and steal back our future.